The fat cats in the National Assembly have grown fatter, and the general populace have grown poorer a year after. All pretenses that governance has more or less been discarded, and it's just straightforward looting, mindless one too. That's what that is going on.
Hello, my great and wonderful people. We welcome you once again to our today's episode of this program. And today, I bet me kuna no verse. I believe so una still remember the rules. Say anytime when you see us they laugh like this from the beginning of our broadcast, you know say there is fire on the mountain. I believe say not be only us they see wetin dey happen. Una eyes still they see korokoro wetin dey happen today for 1 year of Bola Tinubu as a president of Nigeria. When be say he use everything by thing to fight for. Say na iminokon, which is na his own turn, whether do or die. You know, apart from the side of Tinubu and the old cohorts, Nigerians, when it be say they back Bola Tinubu to enter that position, shey we want una say now waiting you price and pay for markets now in you go carry reach house. We first want una that time, the time when it be say Bola Tinubu come meet each and every one of us during campaign. He no give us any agenda of waiting he want offer to Nigerians. Waiting he tell each and every one of us when he be say this man take campaign not pass be say na his own turn. If you not fit take camp by peace, you grab and take run. Now waiting Bola Tinubu promise each and every one of us. So now waiting they make us they disappointed when they be say with the see Nigerians today say Bola Tinubu not they try. And again, we vividly still remember when Bola Tinubu thought say now where Azu Buhari for stop, now there it will continue. And not be only that one, he still thought say now a new hope. Which hope? When Azu Buhari they rule this country for complete 8 years under APC, and at the end leave this country for a hopeless situation. And now upon that mattress, now in Bola Tinubu tell Nigerians say he want continue from. Why it be say we they talk like this? A day ago, we bring una news how it be say Nigeria Labour Congress they come outside say they want engage for nationwide strike because of their minimum wage, right? Now, here the response of Bola Tinubu federal government, not be Nigeria federal government, Bola Tinubu and APC federal government. Nigerians, listen to us. According to Bola Tinubu federal government, they talk say to workers, you, when it be say you want embark on that nationwide protest, ready to go for 6 months imprisonment. Yes, it be like say you not hear us well. You, when it be say it dey ready, say you want join Nigeria Labour Congress, whether you be workers or you be Nigerians, ready, get your shirt, your shoe, even your pots and your spoon, when you want to go chop 6 months for imprisonment. Now, waiting Bola Tinubu federal government, they send across to Nigerians. Now, it be this very one. All right. May we do small reading first so that you will still understand more before we will do small talking. Although we still get another video when we say with the review to you when we they receive from Barrister Dele Farotimi. Just sit down, relax with us because we get a lot in stock for you. And as we put our hand there for inside this matter, they come make us understand, say, the federal government of Nigeria, which is Bola Tinubu federal government, don't want workers when it be say it they plan to embark on indefinite strike. When it be say labor unions declare, say make they ready to risk 6 months jail term. And still on top of the matter, they come make us understand, say, one man when be said that they call Mr. Lateef Fagbemi, when he be the general of the federation and also minister of justice, give the warning for a statement when it be say is sent across on Sunday. And again the contour say Fagbemi it say section 18 for what that they called Trade Dispute Acts require any worker when it be say they employ for any essential services to give their employer 15 days notice before they stop their services, and anyone when it be say e not comply, which is e not agree, then that person dey liable for conviction, for a fine or imprisonment for 6 months. And still on top of the matter, the come make us understand say this same man, he thought say the fundamental importance of the 15 days notice now underscored by the fact of section 41 and 42(1)(b) of the Act criminalize non-compliance with the provision. And he also thought say he don't also come to his own awareness say the federal government of Nigeria don't dey engage stakeholders for wetin they call tripartite committee to determine a new national minimum wage and no declare an end to negotiation, which is in another word, this one no mean say negotiation say it don't come to an end. The AGF, which is Attorney General of the Federation, Mr. Lateef Fagbemi, further talks say the proposed strike say na breach of order of the National Industrial Court and ongoing mediators settlement effort over issues when we say they connected with the subject matter of the order. This further invites you to recall the pendency of the interim injunctive order when it be said the grant on the 5th of June 2023 for suit number NICN/ABG/158/2023 when it did between the federal government of Nigeria and ANO Nigeria Labour Congress when it be said na it be the order when it restrained both Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress from embarking on any industrial action or strike of any nature. This one now waiting the Attorney General of the Federation when it be say in name na Mr. Lateef Fagbemi, the review to each and every one of us. All right, my great and wonderful people. Now, only this one we take from this very message will be say with the receiver from the Attorney General of the Federation on behalf of Bola Tinubu government. To the one Nigerians, say anybody want to be say he break this rule, say make it ready for 6 months imprisonment. Now it be this very one. Before we talk anything or also leave you to share your own opinion with us on the comment section, we get this other message or video when it be say we dey receive from Barrister Dele Farotimi. Listen to this video first. We'll come back for more.
A year later, we're exactly where any rational being who has followed the affairs of this country and is ruiners should have concluded we will be. We're exactly where we should have known we would be. Tinubu has test run his rubber stamp National Assembly, and now you have a cure all for each and every one of your ailments. Just sing the new old national anthem and all of your worries will disappear. We're exactly where we expected to be. Umai is making up the new coastal road alignment and design on the roof, and without any tenders, without any competitive bidding, with each and every one of the public procurement laws fully observed in breach. You have a 4 billion naira per kilometer expressway to nowhere. We're exactly where any rational being should have known we would be. Devoid of any productivity and almost completely dependent on importation, largely of luxuries. The naira has tanked, and we've drawn ever closer to 2,000 naira to a pound, like 1,500 or thereabout to the dollar. But then, nobody who has been honest about the trajectories of our country can lay any claim to being surprised. It is as any reasonable person would have expected it to be. The fat cats in the National Assembly have grown fatter, and the general populace have grown poorer a year after. All pretenses that governance has more or less been discarded, and it's just straightforward looting, mindless one too. That's what that is going on. The judiciary that they built its capacity and dexterity at the management of impunity in the lead up to the legalization or shall I say rubber stamping of the legitimacy of the Jaguda's mandate. That judiciary has come full circle now, and today all you have to do is look at Kano and you see the breakneck speed with which they are bringing out one judgment after the other, one ruling right on top of the next. The constitutional order is more or less done. So it's no longer a function of who can bribe the most. It's looking more like who would dare to do the more outrageous thing. We've managed to stay afloat beyond the first year. We survived. I'm not sure in what shape Nigeria would be by the end of the fourth year of this regime, or if Nigeria might even be able to survive it. What I do know, what is quite glaring, is that our current trajectories are not sustainable. Ever more ingenious ways to tax the people are being devised. Everything the government once did, took on as responsibilities, have been jettisoned, and nobody appears to care much for whatever happens to the poor, the serfs, those who should be citizens but are anything but. You know, it's pretty easy to say, I told you so, but it serves no purpose. It achieves nothing. Because if I could snare and say I told you so in relation to the Yoruba news, what about those who stood in the breach, who bled for their beliefs, those who made it impossible for these miscreants to credibly lay claim to any mandate? You know, in the life of individuals, 10 years is a long time, 20 years is a lifetime. But in the life of a nation or a state, 20 years is merely a day. Everything that is done and that is not undergirded by truth and justice will eventually disintegrate. A year has passed. The only thing about the year that might be said to be distinguished is the extent of stealing, avarice, and mindless looting that has attended that year. How can I forget the 90 billion plus spent on her subsidy at a time when Student Loans Board will be getting only 5 billion? How many millions or billions to build car park at the National Assembly? Billions voted to buy luxury cars for dishonorable members and senators. There is no path that one looks to that is free of pain or devoid of deep scars. Everywhere one checks in our political landscape, all you find is debauchery. evil men and women constantly sucking the lifeblood of the country and draining it of critical resources that should have gone towards doing a whole lot for a lot of people. The poverty of private wealth. At no time in the history of this country have I seen it more than in the last 9 years. But the level of mindless stealing that has attended the coming of these locusts in the last year is scary. Simply mind-boggling. So yeah, the year is gone. But we need to do something to move the needle. Prepare the people so that we stop reacting. Reactions are for victims. Those who will be citizens, those who will gain something from this system, have to seize the initiative at some point. It's a little subdued for me, because even though I set out to talk to you about a year of Tinubu in office, but looking at all the warnings that were issued before the enthronement of this madness, going through remarks I had made before the 25th of February and before the INEC magic, it actually becomes a rather painful exercise in self-flagellation to labor too long pointing out that you were warned. But like I said, the warnings matter very little now. What counts is what lies in front. I will urge you, in the coming days and months, get ready. Let's try and shift this needle. Something has to give, and we cannot bequeath this madness to our children. We'll see next week, and we would have a more considered Sunday school. But I just come by today. First thing first, congratulations that you survived the first year of this Bulaba regime. We can all congratulate ourselves on that. And yeah, brace yourself. Brace yourself. Hopefully, we'll survive him. But brace yourself. There are tough times in front. Have a blessed week.
All right, my great and wonderful people. I believe say una don't hear everything when say Barrister Dele Farotimi released to each and every one of us. They know they use mouth, they tell blind man say ready for. I will leave una make una share una opinion with us in the comment section, even as we draw the line of this broadcast here. We will see you again when we see you. Remember, we love you all. Bye-bye.